Let's be real for a second. The 2026 WNBA season isn't just in trouble, it's on life support. And we're not talking about a situation where things are tense but eventually get sorted out. No, this time, it looks like the end of the road. The harsh reality, this season might already be finished. And while everyone is fixated on the looming contract deadline, that's not even the biggest part of the story. What's hiding underneath all this CBA drama is something much darker. Something that reveals why a few powerful figures might actually want the 2026 WNBA season to fall apart. Sounds wild, right? But stay with me, because the deeper we dig, the more sinister it gets. It's time to face facts. This league is in serious danger. The 2026 WNBA season isn't just struggling, it's cooked. Completely cooked like Thanksgiving dinner. It's over. It's done. There might not even be a 2026 WNBA season. We're now only 2 days away from the October 31st cutoff. And still, no extension has been signed. What's even more concerning is that the last time the WNBA went through collective bargaining negotiations, they managed to reach a deal 3 days before the deadline. This time, we've already passed that window, and from both sides, all we're hearing is silence. The Players Association is standing its ground, while the league office is reportedly scrambling behind closed doors, trying to control a situation they clearly weren't prepared for. The question is, can the WNBA even survive if the 2026 season gets canceled? Let us know what you think in the comments below, because as of right now, it's looking bleak. No extension, no progress, no cooperation, just chaos. And it's not just chaos, it's suspicious. It feels like something else is going on beneath the surface. Some people believe there's an ulterior motive involving Unrivaled and other side projects that could be blocking progress and potentially sabotaging the 2026 season altogether. Meanwhile, fans are losing their minds, especially those who tuned in last year to witness Caitlin Clark's historic rookie season. Think about it. Ratings were sky high, attendance broke records, Fever merchandise sold out faster than a Taylor Swift concert, and Clark became the main attraction. She single-handedly made the WNBA must-watch television. But now, all that incredible momentum and excitement could vanish overnight. And here's where things get really twisted. There might actually be people who benefit if that happens. One WNBA insider, Carly Bell, dropped a tweet that's got everyone talking. She said she could have almost guaranteed that the CBA wouldn't be resolved by October 31st. Fair enough, most people suspected that. But then she said something shocking. The extension might not happen at all because of the recent public back and forth between the league and the players' union. In other words, things have gotten personal. Right before talks broke down, the WNBA Players Association made fun of NBA Commissioner Adam Silver on social media. Yes, that Adam Silver, the man who controls most of the WNBA's funding. Publicly humiliating the person writing your checks is never a good idea. But Carly's tweet also hinted at something deeper: the power of not signing an extension. And that's where things start to connect. What kind of power could possibly come from not playing basketball? None unless you follow the money. Enter Unrivaled, the flashy new 3-on-3 league co-founded by Breena Stewart and Nafisa Collier, to current WNBA stars, both vice presidents of the Players Association and, conveniently, co-owners of this rival league. The conflict of interest couldn't be clearer, and the timing, impossible to ignore. Just as the WNBA's CBA talks start falling apart, Unrivaled starts making headlines. Investors are pouring in millions, players are signing on, and sponsorships are rolling through. If the WNBA collapses in 2026, Unrivaled suddenly becomes the only league in town. No WNBA season means Unrivaled gets all the attention, all the players, and all the money. Players are already signing contracts with Project B, another emerging league rumored to have heavy Saudi financial backing. It's happening right now. WNBA players don't feel pressured to extend the season unless they get everything they want. They want financial freedom to earn from the WNBA, Unrivaled, and Project B all at once. The only problem: those leagues all operate during overlapping months. So how do you make space for everything? You burn the WNBA schedule to the ground, cancel the season, use chaos as leverage, and force the league to give players more flexibility. This isn't solidarity, it's strategy. It's corporate warfare dressed up as a labor dispute. But things get even more complicated when you add the NBA's ongoing gambling investigation into the mix. While all this WNBA drama unfolds, the NBA is facing its biggest betting scandal in years: federal oversight, internal probes, the works. Adam Silver is reportedly meeting with investigators on October 31st, the exact same day as the WNBA CBA deadline. Coincidence? Hardly. If you're Adam Silver, dealing with billion-dollar NBA issues, where are your priorities? The NBA generates $10 billion annually. The WNBA, barely $200 million. The math speaks for itself, and while Silver's attention is elsewhere, the WNBA Players Association knows it. They're pushing harder than ever, taking advantage of the distraction to gain leverage. But in all this political maneuvering, one person's caught in the middle: Caitlin Clark. The same player who revived the league's relevance is now being used as a pawn. Napheesa Collier can't seem to stop saying Clark's name in interviews, using her star power to push Unrivaled's image. But where was all this sisterhood energy when Clark was being targeted and roughed up last season? Now that Clark's global fame could boost a rival league, suddenly, she's everyone's favorite. Collier even claimed to have had private talks with Commissioner Kathy Engelbert about protecting Clark and celebrating her impact. Clark herself said she had no idea those conversations ever happened. And here's the kicker, Clark and Collier share the same agent. That means these supportive statements weren't advocacy, they were strategy. Clark's name is being used like currency, traded for clout, deals, and PR value, while she just focuses on basketball. She didn't ask to be the face of a political standoff. Yet here she is, her prime years hanging in the balance because others are fighting for control. Now, let's talk about what happens if October 31st comes and goes with no deal. There are only two options left. Either both sides agree to extend the deadline temporarily, or we enter a work stoppage. Engelbert herself mentioned that extensions are possible but only when both sides believe they're close to an agreement. And right now, they're miles apart. Players say the league ignores their voices. The league says the union is lying to fans to gain public sympathy. That's not negotiation, that's war. If no deal is reached, we'll enter a status quo period. It's like a breakup where neither side officially calls it quits yet. Everyone pretends things are fine until the inevitable collapse. Eventually, someone snaps: either the league locks out players or the players go on strike. And that's exactly what we're heading toward. The league's already bringing in political allies to frame the players as unreasonable. Meanwhile, players like Collier have millions invested in Unrivaled, meaning they can't afford for that project to fail. If you promised your investors $20 million worth of exposure, you can't suddenly say you're focusing on the WNBA instead. You'd lose credibility, and lawsuits would follow. So to protect her investments, Unrivaled has to win. It must become the top attraction, not a side project. And how do you ensure that happens? You eliminate the competition. No WNBA season means every endorsement, sponsorship, and spotlight shifts to Unrivaled. It's not about empowerment anymore, it's about control. And tragically, this power struggle could destroy the entire women's basketball movement right as it was thriving. The WNBA finally had its breakout moment to 2024 was historic. Ratings hit record highs. Arenas sold out, and new fans flooded in. For the first time, women's basketball felt truly mainstream. And who made that happen? Caitlin Clark. She brought global attention, filled stadiums, inspired young girls, and turned highlights into viral sensations. But now, all that progress is at risk. The same people who benefited from her rise are jeopardizing everything she built, just to win a political game. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark remains focused, silent, and professional. No drama, no ego, just work. She's everything a league could ask for in its face. Yet the people in charge are fumbling her legacy. The WNBA waited decades for a player like her hand. Now infighting might ruin it all. If the 2026 season collapses, it's not just games that disappear, it's fans, sponsors, and trust. The casual viewers who tuned in for Clark won't stick around for boardroom drama. Once they leave, they're gone for good. And now, even Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's leadership is being questioned. She had one mission: to protect the league's momentum, and she's failed. The WNBA spent 25 years fighting for recognition, and just when it finally arrived, the organization let it crumble. The truth is, all the leverage these players have, the funding, the new leagues, the attention, only exists because of Caitlin Clark. Without her, none of this would be possible. If she doesn't play in 2026, everything dries up, the investors move on, the excitement fades, and women's basketball returns to the shadows. Caitlin Clark built the spark, the WNBA lit the fire, and unless someone steps in fast, they're about to watch the entire thing burn down.